Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how to point your domain to AWS EC2 instance. So if that's what you're here for, let's dive straight in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping in now, and this will assist you in connecting your custom domain to your EC2 hosted website or your application, and it requires proper DNS configuration. So let's jump into step one. First, you need to prepare your EC2 instance with a static IP. So how do we do this? You need to navigate to the AWS console, EC2 thereafter, and then Elastic IPs, and click Allocate New Address. The next step will include selecting Amazon's pool of IPv4 addresses and then click on Allocate. Then you need to select the new Elastic IP, click Actions, Associate Address, and then choose your EC2 instance. A very important note, without an Elastic IP, your instance's public IP will change whenever it restarts. This will break your domain connection. So always use Elastic IPs for production sites. Step 2. Alright, here we need to configure DNS in Amazon, Route 53. So let's create a hosted zone. Go into Route 53 in AWS console. You're going to click on Create Hosted Zone. Enter your domain name over here. So it'll be whatever your domain name is, .com. And then you need to select public hosted zone type, and then you're going to click on create. Now you need to create an A record. So in your new hosted zone, you can click create record. You can leave the name blank for root domain, or you can enter www for a subdomain. Then you can select A as a record type, enter your Elastic IP as the value, keep TTL at 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes, and then we are done. Let's go over to step 3. Now you need to update your domain's registrar name servers. So now you need to find the Route 53 name servers. So in your Route 53 hosted zone, you can locate the 4 NS name server records that are provided by AWS. They will look like this. It'll be ns-123-AWS DNS-12.com, right? Once you've done that, you need to replace the name server. So you need to delete existing name servers and add all 4 Route 53 name servers, and then save your changes. Log into your domain registrar account. This could be GoDaddy, Namecheap, and find the DNS or name server settings for your domain. Now you need to wait for it to propagate. So you can allow for 28 to 48 hours for your DNS changes to propagate. Globally, it often does complete sooner, but do give it this amount of time. Once propagation completes, typing your domain name in a browser will connect visitors to your EC2 instance using the Elastic IP that you've configured. Here's a pro tip for your domain to EC2 success. First of all, install and configure Nginx or Apache on your EC2 instance to serve your application on port 80 and 443 for seamless domain access. Always delete DNS records if you release your Elastic IP to avoid potential security risks and unwanted charges. And then use tools like Dig, NS Lookup, or online DNS checker like whatsmydns.net to confirm your DNS is properly configured worldwide. The last step is to set up your SSL certificates with AWS Certificate Manager for a secure HTTPS connection.